So I've deployed a Server 2019 instance, and I'm going to try and go in and deploy DNS. It's really not that bad. I mean, anytime you're doing this, any of this, like let's say you want to add DHCP, you select it there. You want to add Active Directory domain services. This is stuff that you're normally going to have to configure if you configure a server. DNS, okay. We have features. It's basically telling you don't be a dumbass and don't have a dynamic IP on your server. We understand. Okay. So, yep. And there's some intricacies here I'm going to go into once we get it installed. 2019 might have some features I'm not familiar with. And basically, dude, you want to install Active Directory before you ever do this. All right. I like how it says if and it doesn't tell you. That's cool, right? Is it done? It's starting. Okay. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna try something different. Man, I actually should have done that all at once. Should have done the Active Directory. Let's try this. Let's see what happens. Yeah, so because I selected the micro instance, which is quite small, it's free tier, it's just lagging, it's gonna die, basically, if I try to do anything like this at the same time. Alright, domain services, let's get that on there, add features. We want the DHCP server, add features. Okay, next. But it's all simple with the GUI. If you're doing this in Linux, you have to edit at least two or three different. If you're doing it in Ubuntu 18, which is my experience, you have to go in and you have to edit this stuff in the command line to do this, which isn't necessarily a problem once you know where it is. So this console, okay, you're gonna see all your stuff. We don't see Active Directory yet because it's not installed or hasn't finished installing, but you're gonna go into your DNS here. DNS manager. Forward lookup zones, reverse lookup zones. I'll create a new zone. Yeah, so it hasn't finished installing Active Directory, but that's what you want to select here, store the zone in Active Directory. We want to have a primary zone. Just whatever domain name we want. Go to next. We just create it. You can create a domain within your zone right there. And this is how you build your little DNS structure. So new host. It's going to associate an IP address with the domain name. So this is like if you're adding a host to it, right? You want a host to be able to communicate with the DNS server. That's where you would do it theoretically. I guess in the future I'm going to chain this together. Like if this was a VM, I could actually do that. Right now, the reason I'm doing this is AWS just to mess around. I could download VirtualBox and do it again in there, but see, I mean, there you go. There's how it would be structured. Okay, bam. But yeah, that's how you set up DNS.